Generic greetings and welcome to Construction Plus Prison Architect Alpha 36 episode 8. In the previous episode we got the cells put down here, and as you can see they are, well, they're mostly furnished, most of them are completed. These are the high grading cells, which is pretty good as well. Sort of ironically, we did the death row cells, which are actually the best graded ones in the prison, I think. Let's just have a quick look. And they're grading 6, but these ones at the bottom are grading 7. The reason for that is because they have a window to the outside, so that's understandable. Obviously, if we wanted to knock this up as well, we could easily do that. We also put some extra stuff in these cells. We put some bookshelves all the way along the top, and obviously that'll give us a bit of a bonus because we can then sort of, well, I guess, increase the grading, keep the prisoners happy. You know, that should probably do it. I could have put chairs in there, as several people have pointed out in the comments, that, but they said, oh, chairs are cheaper. Actually, they're not cheaper. They're about the same price, I believe. 30 for a chair and 30 for a bookshelf. Yeah, it's the exact same price. And I like the idea of you being able to read something while you're on the Kazi. So we'll call that a job done. In this episode, we will be getting, at a minimum, at least, we want to get our workshop planned out and at least add a couple more things in there. We're currently on the end of the grants that we can realistically do. Foundation education program would be nice, but we can't really do that. Manufacturing facility, we can do that, which is why I want to get the workshop done. Cell block C will never get done, so let's get that sorted. I do want to pause for a second, go to reports, go to intake, and say max out on all of our prisoners, then go to none. Obviously, we do want to receive more prisoners. We currently hold 63. It says it's actually 64, I believe. That one hasn't been finished yet. That one has not yet been finished. So 64 prisoners. So that would be a total of, 40, 50... How many do you want to receive? Is it 16 prisoners? Is that right? So 48, 58... and then 6 more. Yeah, I believe that's about right. 16 prisoners in total. Obviously, of different mixed security. Minimum, normal, and maximum. It's just going to mix the thing up. Let's just have a quick look. See what prisoners we've got. Got 17 low risk, 13 normal risk, and 18 high risk. That's interesting. So some must have been paroled then. So, yeah, 3 prisoners have been released. So that's pretty good for parole. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Right, okay, so let's go for our workshop. So we'll go to planning and then we'll go to our, I guess objects will be fine. Now, the workshop is going to be a little bit difficult because we obviously have to have saws and presses. Now, the saws have to go on this side like that. We could have 4, 8, 12. No, we can only have 2. We'd have to have 2, not benches, 2 tables at the top there. Or we could, if we wanted to, have them right at the top there. But again, that's going to be a little bit small. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 workshop saws. 1, 2, and then we'll cut that off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 workshop presses. We'll put tables down this side as well, just for the sort of finished item. Maybe, I don't know if it'll change it. And then we could have carpentry apprenticeship if we wanted to, like that. Something on the bottom, but I don't think we'll ever get that done. But we'll see how it goes. Right, looks like that's going to be our workshop, so we'll sort that out. Tables first, so we want to basically put tables right along the top here. Obviously, they're quite cheap, so there's no point in not just doing them all. And then workshop saw, 1, 2, 3, and then the workshop press, 1, 2, 3, and then I'm pretty much out of money because I need to connect these up, and then as you can see, 3,957 generic units of currency. If I'm correct, the classroom is running. Yes, it is. And as you can see, guard taser certification is on the go. What will happen is that half of my guards will then go and get some tasers from the armory. So we need to make sure that we can afford that, because obviously there's no point in training them if they can't then go and buy the thing. Although I believe with an automated system like that, like this here, where they're coming in now, I believe they can easily put you into debt. Yes, they can. Yeah, they'll actually just buy it. It doesn't matter if have got the money or not. They will just buy it out. So there we go. There's all them guards done. Let me just put it normal speed. We'll go to our programs and we'll just check on our taser certification. 5 are still in the queue, so we'll leave that open. So we're going to receive some prisoners. So here we go. There is not prisoners. That's actually a sheet steal unless that's a sprite bug, but I don't think so. And where is our prisoners? There we go. There's our prisoners turning up. 56 prisoners, and there should be another bus coming along, and then we're on 64 prisoners of 64. Job done. So, as you can see, prisoners are filing out. These are all the low risk first. It goes low, normal, and then high. I say low, medium, and high just because it makes more sense to me, but whatever you prefer. We just need to go to our intelligence, I guess, and informants. We see that's a gang member. We do have one other gang member. Other people here with unknown traits. No snitches as far as I can tell, but I don't yet know. We'll go to gangs and we can see that, we've received our first green gang member. So that is all 3 gangs that are in the prison now, so obviously we'll need to make sure that we don't get a gang leader, because if we do, then this will start kicking off, but I don't know if we're going to get that or not. Obviously, with the relatively small size of prison, we're not really going to have a huge gang problem. I've just realised, though, and you might have spotted on the top left, death row, it says 1. So if we go to intake and turn off all of these, we can see that we will be getting a death row prisoner, which is what we've been looking out for quite some time. As I said, it's quite ironic that these cells are one of the best grading in the entire prison, yet we don't really use them because they are reserved for what is essentially a quite rare class of prisoner. But anyway, we've got them there as well, so that's all cool. So 8,552 generic units of currency stroke generic credits, whichever you prefer. We'll go to reports and then to our grants. We can see that carpentry apprenticeship is there, but it's currently locked, and there's 3 more that are hidden. We could do an inmate nutritional research, but it does require you to really mess around with the scheduling. But I don't know if I want to do that or not. We'll leave that for now. Oh, the mayor, Kevin Heller, is giving us a little bit of a call. Okay, so we have an event, which I like, because I really like these events, but I don't know what's going to be. So here we go. Mayor Calvin Heller. The media have started a campaign of the amenities granted to prisoners, and it's bringing a lot of heat on my office. I don't see why that's my problem, but I guess shit rolls downhill. I'm passing a bill which bans exercise equipment in prison yards, so I need you to remove all weights benches from your yards, or you'll be fined. You have 12 hours. Oh my good grief. Okay, so I'm going to comply. Now, I have this choice. And it is a choice. I could, if I wanted to. I'm just going to go to rooms, actually objects and dismantle because it's easier. I could, if I wanted to, ignore that and say, you know what? My prisoner's well-being is more important than your basically your term in office. And I don't really care. I'm going to keep the weight benches here. I will accept the fine. I believe in the IV video. For this alpha, they did go on about that, where, you know, it might not be in the last one, but they've certainly talked about it before, where certain prisons get fined for doing certain things, like putting razor wire on their fences, and it's known to be not right. I wouldn't say not right, but it's known to be against the rules, but they do it anyway and just accept the fine because they would rather have it there and pay the fine than have basically a really undefended top bit of wall. So that's what they want to do. They choose to do that. I could have chosen to ignore him and say, you know what, no, bugger off, I don't care, I'm not going to do that. However, what I'd rather do, because I'm almost out of money, is pretty much say, okay, let's do that. Remove all of these weights benches from the exercise yard, which in turn will not only cause me to not have the minus for the penalty. We won't be hit by a big penalty, but we will have a massive need for exercise, and that will go up. So that's going to be problematic. But we'll see how that one goes. Could have been worse. There could have been a lot of other ones that there's a lot of random events that they fling at you, and I've only had a couple of them. Obviously, the first one being the flood there, and this is the second one. I haven't actually played any more, so that's only the second event I've seen. But I've seen several of them in the videos and stuff. But anyway, right, there we go. There's that sorted. What next? Well, Foundation Education Program. We'll start that up. One person's interested, so it's worth it. Pharmacological treatment to drug addiction, 4 in the queue. Let's get that started right away. 7 in the queue for... Did I just stop that? Start. Parole hearing. We want to get more parole hearing in because there's several people in the queue. So we're going to start that as much as we can. There we go. All rooms booked. We want to get workshop safety induction. 2 interested. And that should do us for now. We do need to get our pharmacological treatment to drug addiction again. There we are. If we put more beds in, though, we should be able to get that sorted. So let's do that. Let's get some more. That's not the right bed. Let's get a couple of beds in there. That's a little bit cramped, I know, but that's what we're going to do. Hang on. That's better. There we are. So there's our beds, okay? The beds are now put in. Fantastic. So it means that I can then treat more prisoners. That's pretty good. Fantastic. Can I treat more prisoners? It says 3. Don't know, I shouldn't really have to start another one. We'll get them put in and we'll see how it goes. Speed up to max speed, and there we are. So we've got pharmacological treatment to drug addiction. We've got the foundation education program. We've got people wanting to work in the workshop. So a lot of good stuff. A lot of good stuff. Sadly, don't think it's going to make that much of a dent considering how many we need to do different things. So remove weight benches from my yards. Actually, you can see on the left there. It actually says 91 hours. So I guess until that's gone, I can't have that in there. Oh, we've got an OD. We've got someone ODing. Okay, that's not good. Potty tack for the whatever McPotty man. That is just insane. McPot man, not Potty man, McPot man. He's ODing. Sort of ironic. The guy, you know, all about pot. ODing. Don't do drugs, kids, obviously. Oh, that's not good. We are smelling, or the dog has sniffed there, a tunnel. Could that be the case? Ooh. Okay. Search that there. Search that, and we'll search that. Clicking search on that one, it's just not doing anything. I don't know why. Either way, that guy has been saved. We've managed to get him in there. That's good. It's just got to reschedule all programs because that one opens up more pharmacological treatment to drug addiction. That's all good. Excellent. Workshop safety's on there. Foundation education's there. We've got a lot of parole hearings on the go. And okay, that's about right. Excellent. So, prisoners locked up here. We're going to search that cell. We're going to search. Hang on, you go in here. And then, oh, what's happening here? That guy's throwing up. Let me search that. Why can't I search that? Now, that is interesting. I don't know if that's a bug or not. For a start, these should be protective custody. And I'm going to... I can't even search that. This here, I'm guessing is gang. Because the gang... Yeah, blue gang. Why can't I search it? I can't search the cell. I can't search it. That's interesting. What I'm going to have to do is... I'm going to have to do a shakedown in the daytime. This is something you don't normally do. It's normally something you really, really cut out. Speaking of cutting out, I think I'm going to have to go to staff and fire a couple of workers because we don't really need them all now. Obviously, we've got a lot of guards. Don't think we really need to receive any more. I'm firing the workers because most of our construction's done. In fact, I'll reduce this down to 4 workers, which is not great. You should generally have 6 just in case there's any problems, but 4 should be okay. It should be all right. Let me just check something. I need to go to deployment and then to our dog patrols. Check that we've got dog patrols running there. Yes, we've got armed guards running where we need to. That's fine. Okay, that's okay. That's great. Let me just go for the prison grading. We've got 4 prisoners released via parole, which is good. I'm still quite worried about this toilet here. That guy's throwing up all the time because of lack of alcohol. I don't know whether he's gone Alcoholics Anonymous or not. Searched that toilet and we found nothing. So that's good. I can't imagine there being any tunnel there. Well, the dog's coming back along now, and we'll see if he smells anything else. It might have just been a bit of an error. Dog hasn't smelt anything else. That could mean it was an erroneous error in the first place, erroneous detection in the first place, or the dog hasn't detected it this time. I'm leaning on the side of it being a fake one, because if it was real, the tunnel would start there and go all the way down rather than going down this side. There's nobody currently in these 2 protective custody cells, so there's no reason for anything to be dug from there. So I think it was a fake one. Remember, if you've got a dog patrolling, say, in here, you know, they will produce errors where they say, oh, there's something here, and then you immediately go, oh, okay, discarded, we know that's fake. But when you think about it, if they're moving along here, the chances of them smelling something around here that you're going to take seriously is quite high, because it's sort of from there to there. So there's a 1 in 5 chance if they're going to smell something fake, you're going to go, hang on, that could be a real one. Because if it's round here, you think it's these. If it's round here, you think it's these. If it's down here, you think it's these ones. So it could all work out. Either way, I'm leaning on that being fake. We'll leave that. Don't really need to worry about it. 11,251 generic units of currency. 63 prisoners. Obviously, well, I did make an error when I received some prisoners, because it does say maximum safe capacity 62. I did receive 64 prisoners. The thing is that these are protective custody cells. These ones here. These are protective custody. This is death row. I didn't really think of that when I brought prisoners in, which is why if we go to our holding cell, we can see, oh, there's no one in there. There should have been people in there. Hang on. Currently holding 62 prisoners. I'm guessing they've left. Let's have a quick look. Nobody's escaped. Probably just let someone go. It say 8 prisoners up for parole. Okay. So it did say just earlier 1 prisoner due for release. So they've just been released. So we should have 5 prisoners now. So we might get a grading soon, which is pretty cool. 5 more prisoners to go. Obviously, we do have our parole on there, so that's cool. I could increase parole, which I know a couple of people have mentioned, but I think keeping it on 15%, I believe, is what we've got it on policy. Yes, we've got it on 15% is about right. We could put it to 20%. Put it 20%, because people have mentioned it, putting it up. So I'll try it. We'll see what happens. Not bad. Right, okay. So I think we will just check here. So maximum safe capacity 64. Shared capacity 62 with a death row capacity of 2. So we can't really receive any more prisoners. I don't really need to receive any more prisoners at all. We just need to go to our room quality, check that these are... Yes, they're all 7s across the board. That's fine. Need to check our gangs here. Gangs have been moved along, and as you can see, gangs for some reason have got better cells, which is a bit it's interesting, but you know, whatever. We've got several traits along here. Nothing that I want to do to change them into protective custody. I could protective custody the gang members if I really wanted to, but we don't really need to at the moment, so we'll close that one, and then we just need to check our programs. And we'll go for foundation education. New, where is it? Guard taser. We do... Is there any reason to do this? Yes, several people are going to do that, so that is fine. So we are receiving our first death row prisoner. So we will have to take note and obviously get the appropriate apparatus all put in, because we currently don't have it. So there you go. Here's all the guards coming, and there you go. They've now got tasers. So 88% have passed. We could leave that open. I'm just going to... What is that? It's only 100 per session, so we might as well wait until every guard has got a taser. I want to go over to this room. The room that currently doesn't have a purpose. Well, it does have a purpose. Electric chair. Electric chair is going to be placed at the top, like that. And then we need to put in, I believe it's chairs. Is it chairs? I believe it is chairs. Either way, we have just received our death row prisoner. Why is that guy dead? Snitch. Wow. I must confess, I didn't even notice that. Confidential informant. Yep, they're still there. Wow, I have no idea when that was... when that happened. That is interesting. What the hell happened there? Snitch, I didn't even know about that guy. It happens really fast, you see. It really does happen really, really fast. He just immediately goes, oh, that's a snitch. And then they're gone. You know, I've been running phone taps. I've got these guys which I haven't activated, but I might activate them now. That's for sure. We'll see if we can get more information about these guys. One thing here as well, this is arranged stuff to be thrown in. As you can see, there's a forks being arranged. I did say in earlier episodes that this was the only weak spot. This is where we're going to have forestry at some point right along here. That is not the case. It's not the only weak spot. This is the weak spot. I thought the throwing stuff in was only from the edges of the map. It is not. It can actually be thrown in from the edge of the road. So, there's going to be weak spots in the prison. We just have to accept it. So anyway, our first death row prisoner. Let's have a quick look. Justin Rock, not The Rock, but Justin Rock. Bloodgate? It'd be better if it was Bloodgate. So, a veteran of multiple wars, Rock came home from a tour in Afghanistan and found his wife in bed with another man. He brutally murdered the two in their bed before turning himself into authorities. Sentenced to 25 years for multiple crimes, including murder, aggravated assault, and torture. So, murder, aggravated assault, torture, and aggravated assault. All pleas of guilty. Prison number of 252483. We do have a grading there. Likelihood of clemency 48%. I don't think we're going to let him off there. He does have a reputation, but we just don't know what it is. Either way, that guy is going straight to death row. And what I want to do, because I haven't got it yet, is go to our guard patrols. And we need to set a guard patrol all the way around here. There we go. Also, while we're on, we will go for CCTV, and we will put a CCTV monitor in there. And then obviously we'll connect that up, and that will be we'll have to connect our electric chair up. But yeah, has that got power? It should have power. Yes, so that'll be our guy in there. I can hear people shouting for literacy needs. Sadly, there's not much I can do at the moment because people need to pass the foundation education course, and nobody's doing it. Oh, I think one person's doing it. Oh dear. Right, so likelihood of clemency. He's there. What we need to do then is go to death row appeal, and we will start that. It says all rooms booked. That is not the case. That is parole. So let's stop one of these parole hearings, reschedule that. There we are. Let's just go to our... so here's a problem. A lot of these parole hearings here, you can see that they're not active. They don't have a line, and the reason for that is because it's using this parole room as well. See, what I can do is probably put a door there and have double parole. But I don't like that idea. I'm going to dismantle that. Because having those doors is probably not the way to go. We'll speed up to max speed. And we'll get that door removed. And we'll put doors on either side. And then what that'll allow me to do is actually have parole in the right areas. What I also want to do is go to our bureaucracy. Go to micromanagement so I can have the scheduler. And check that proper. So there we go. There's them both put in. We do need to go to deployment. Shared. That's not supposed to be shared. That's just that little bit there's not supposed to be shared. I can hear them putting the door in now. There we go. Okay, so back to reports. Reschedule all sadly in the middle of them all, but that's just part of the course. And we can see that we do have death row appeal on there. So that guy can go for death row appeal, which is something we want to do, obviously. We'll go for a connection on the CCTV. There we are. Even though we got someone walking around, it's just what we're going to do. And I think it's about time we get... Well, how many prisoners are doing Foundation Education Program? 1. How many are doing the spiritual guidance? Most of them. That's good. Or several rather. Workshop safety 2. Oh, good. Right, good. We actually got more prisoners doing that. So anyway, we just passed the lockup. I do need to get this room sorted, which I do believe it's chairs. So we'll put chairs in. There we go. I'm pretty sure it's chairs, not benches. There we are. This guy's doing death row appeal, so we've got a guard assigned to that. We really need guards assigned to that. So we've got the death row appeals magistrate and the appeals lawyer along with the prisoner. Now, obviously, he does get a chance to appeal his sentence, so basically reduce the sentence from, well, life, and that's what they take, life. They will take, it will be death row, and they will sort of reduce your sentence, commute your sentence to a sort of life imprisonment. I would argue that, perhaps one is, only just worse than the other, or just better than the other, although, maybe it depends on your point of view. It really does. I think it does. Oh, yeah, that's exactly what's happened. So, likelihood of clemency was 40-odd%, and that's exactly what's happened. That guy has now been, he's had his sentence reduced to life imprisonment, which, honestly, if that was my sentence, I would probably go, oh god, just give me the chair, to be honest with you. But I know that I'm not in that situation, so I don't think I'm qualified to make that call. Either way, that guy has now moved off death row, so we do not have anyone in the death row cells. We've still got the intake open for death row. Let me just check here, and on intake, yeah, it's still open, but nobody's in there. We have a total maximum safe capacity of 64, shared capacity 62. We currently have 59 prisoners, so we want to receive at least 3 more. Hang on. Yeah, 3 more. Only 3, though. There we are. Now, we do have some unknown reputations. Obviously, that guy that we've just busted out, or he's just reduced his sentence. We do have some reputation there. Let me activate some of these snitches, some of these confidential informants, because we do need to find them out. Gang members, extremely tough, and a gang member, tough, fearless, quick. Either way, we're taking them out. As you can see, I'm going to have a little chat. Oh. Someone's broken out. Prisoners trying to escape, look. Although, the K9 unit and the taser pretty much resolved that issue. Where did he break out of? This cell here. Very clever. Got an unknown reputation as well. Maybe he's quite smart. So it looks like our gang member is having a little bit of a chat. Oh, yep, there we go. Having a little bit of a chat. We'll speed up to max speed. We do want to do another shakedown while we're doing this. Looks like we've been told... That guy had a baton on him as well. Looks like we've been told that there is a needle on this guy. That was the confidential informant. Okay. Still haven't found out about our other guy. There's a couple with question marks on here. Suspicion is going right up. I really hope that guy doesn't become a known snitch. But it might be the case. Quick, volatile, fearless. That's not a good combination. Something else has been arranged to be flung in. Don't know whether that's been found from this guy or that guy. I'm going to deactivate him now because I just realised that having the full shakedown going while trying to talk to him is not going to work, because it means that none of the prisoners are... Well, he's not getting interrogated, basically. That's all it means. What we'll do, we'll stop the shakedown because that's not working out. Bad thing there. Shouldn't have done that. Shame. It happens. Right. Danger level is going up. Obviously, a lot of them saying they've been unnecessarily searched recently. We will probably leave it there. I do need to check to make sure that we are feeding them enough. Let me just check the needs on this one. Needs are okay, not bad for food, but as you can see, exercise is flying straight up, but we knew this was going to be the case. We knew that the danger level was going to fly up and we weren't going to have any exercise, so slight problem there, although I don't know what I can do about it. I could, if I want, put them in there. Put the workbenches back in. But what that'll do is give me a massive fine. Or I say a massive fine, it could be like $1,000, but I don't know what it is. There's our new 3 new prisoners. I just need to check just quickly. Informants. Oh, we now have another gang member. Do we have another gang member? Yes, it's another green gang member. So we have 2. Basically, you have each one of them now. We have 2 of red, 2 of green, 2 of blue. Interesting. Right, leaving it there. Not bad at all. Not a lot of construction, but we've got different things done. We've got this done. We've got the death row done. We've got the workshop, you know, a little added on and stuff, and there's people working in there as well. So it's starting to progress on now. We are now moving really into the management phase of the game, really. I mean, obviously we've been managing the prison throughout the whole thing, but we're starting to finish the construction off, and it'll probably be the next couple of episodes that will really finish everything for building, and obviously there'll be a couple more where we just mess around and change some parameters and things like that, and, you know, we'll see how it goes, as always. So, comments in the comments. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.